Okay, we're going to start at the end of chapter 15, and then we're going to move to chapter 16, just because there's some interesting moments. Breakfast and lunch are dealt with. I ate 2 good meals without spending a penny. Really comfortable. So Long went back to the dormitory and slept for an afternoon. He then got up and seriously started watching the variety show preview of the new show, Life in a Dream. The variety show seems to be very similar to Longing for Life in the original world. He later checked the guests of this new variety show on the internet. Huh? Cai Jiaming also is also going to show up here. Zhang Dong, I don't know this Kun. Zhang Dongkun Yechi is also going. After that, Sung Lang started to collect information of these 2 stars without saying a word. Looking at it, the corners of his mouth rose unconsciously. This is like, thief shit, right? A thief smile. One day, is it enough? It should be enough. Mr. Huang said that I should not play ideas with the guests, but if the guest is willing to participate in a movie, what can I do about it, right? What can he do to stop it? So now we're going to start chapter 16. 第16章，代修风水大师郎哥。So I'm hoping that's the correct reading of it. I could be wrong because that's usually how the character 一是 and then that one that should be 修. Feng Shui is Feng Shui, right? That's the it's just wind and water is the little character translation. Feng Shui. 大师 just means master, professor. 大师 generally means master, and then 郎哥 decoration feng shui master. 郎哥 right? Because he did say he was a decoration. He ran a decoration business in his previous life. Life in a dream is very similar to longing for life that Sang Long saw in his previous life. Young people who are busy and anxious in the metropolis all day long, always long for such a slow-paced and vibrant, pure land. With country cicadas, no high-rise buildings, no hustle and bustle, and no car horns. It's peaceful, right? This image we have of the countryside. Watching guests eat, drinking tea, and doing some farm work, and inadvertently chatting about past events. Some audience sitting in front of the TV unconsciously has this kind of spiritual enjoyment, as if to dispel their fatigue from the hustle and bustle. The original intention of the entire Solnam TV program is to design a program because of this. Then Sung Long felt that the show is not very simple. After all, it has so many ads. Sung Long tucked his chin slightly and flipped through the Life in a Dream information. What can I get in the show? How can I get those guests to clamor for my movie? Not as a male lead, but as supporting actors male role number 2 and male role number 3. Guests in variety shows seem to be chatting and laughing casually, but they all have a framework script. All the behavior of the guests are carried out within the framework of this script. In addition, there are also a group of temporary screenwriters. They often negotiate with the guests one-on-one before the show starts to lay out the plot and check on each other. A variety of local custom-related materials must be collected, and he has to act as a temporary assistant. Variety shows like Dream Life are no exception, and this is what Sung Long has to do. Huang Po's assistant screenwriter should have come today, but he took a day off because of an accident at home, and he's not satisfied with another assistant screenwriter, Huang Po. At this time, Sang Lang was sent to the door, and Huang Po decided to choose Sang Lang. In this way, Huang Po wanted to see how adaptable Sang Lang was. But Sang Lang, this is your first time at Hunan Satellite TV has recorded this program. Do you know that you should pay more attention after entering the program group? No. So I'll say it again. It's alright for you to go in and familiarize yourself with the shooting environment and follow me, but you can't take advantage of guests in the show, and you can't poach guests from the show. I got it. Clear. By the way, the staff of the show don't even think about poaching. Basically what he said. Mr. Huang, you look down on me too much. I have no money. I have no qualifications. How am I gonna poach people? Huang Bo drives a jeep down on a mountain road. Sun Long sat in the co-pilot, looking at the surrounding environment curiously. His eyes narrowed gradually. That just means, when a character's eyes narrow, it means they're focused. He looked like a big villain who's planning something. At this moment, Huang Po suddenly felt that Sun Long was like a time bomb with variables. When he was about to arrive at the recording site, Huang Po always felt a little uneasy. This stuff, 你妈的, 这东西, basically this person, but it's just colloquial. He shouldn't do anything untowards, right? You shouldn't be doing anything nefarious, right? Sorry, can't think of the right word in the moment. After arriving at the recording range, in the car, Sung Lang saw a large group of staff carrying shooting machines, and they set up cameras on the side of a winding road. The roads were full of various crops. The crops were lined up straight to the thatched cottage in the distance. What do you think of the show? Which aspect? The overall aspect of the show? Well, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, pretty leisurely, pretty peaceful. When Huangbo heard that Song Lung's mouth was so empty and dry that he couldn't find the words to describe it, he didn't know what to say. He suddenly regretted asking the question. But think about it. What can a college student who hasn't graduated from college think of Sonan's TV's programs? Sonan. But after the two got out of the car, Huangbo watched Song Lung standing on the winding road, quietly looking into the distance and pushing his glasses. Mr. Huang, hmm, hmm? I suddenly want to say something. But I feel like it's not appropriate to say it here. What? It's a thing about the show. Boy, you can. You should be like a family parent on this show. You're responsible for cooking and leading topics. You should be a presence in the show. You shouldn't be too enthusiastic about the guests, but you must also have authority. Continue. I watched the show just now and I felt that the show needs a guest who matches you. This guest circle needs certain information. At the same time, he represents another kind of hospitality and is responsible for the delicate positioning of the aftermath. In addition in addition to the guests, I think I need two children's role. Well, in detail, what is a childlike character? I personally think that the main focus of our dream life is not a star reality show, but life as a selling point. Therefore, sorry, analyzing things other than the show should be a family-like environment. In this family, in addition to having two parents, definitely a need for likable children. A likable child can't be a kind of some scumbag existence. Quiet, um, just silent, but still, have a sense of presence. Anything else? There's lots of small farmyard which need some animals. Cute animals are also a selling point. Selling point, right? That's what people want to see on TV. Standing outside the yard, Sun Lung earnestly searched all kinds of information about longing for life in his mind. In the morning sun, Huang Bo's eyes were full of surprise. Every opinion that Sun Long said about the show coincided with Huang Bo's. Not only that, but Huang Bo couldn't even think about so many details. After all, Shaonan Satellite TV just decided to record this show. They haven't even tested the water yet. Many things can only be adjusted from the audience's word of mouth and opinions, right? So no show starts off perfect. Each TV show gets better after each season. Constant improvement, constant growth, right? That's the business model. So even the production team's concept of the show is a little vague. But however, Sung Long said it all super excitedly, as if the show had already been made. Gradually, a few people got off the car behind Huang Po. They were part of the recording group. These people also stopped looking at Huang Po. They looked at Sung Long strangely. Later, when they heard that Sung Long started to describe the characters of each resident guest in the show one by one of the middle-aged people was stunned. Then he down at his book as if it was a piece of trash. After reading it, I looked at Sung Long again, even had a thought. Has my book already been read? It's not right. I've been holding onto this book for a long time. No one else has seen it. Moreover, looking at the appearance of this kid, he had talked about more details than what was even written in his own book, or script, basically. What is life? No need for superfluous rhetoric. No need for exaggeration. Just work honestly. Adapt to life and enjoy this moment of tranquility. Then there's the future advertising investment. I actually think it should be Sung Long continued to spit out as if the stars were flying. After seeing more and more people listening to Sung Long's words, Huang Bo quickly gave Sung Long a wink and motioned for Sung Long to enter the room to speak. This is speaking ability, his charisma, very, very strong, as you need a protagonist to be. 1 hour later, Sung Long walked out of the house. He took a sip of water with a smile in the corner of his mouth after watching a large group of show crews preparing for it. Then he looked at the timetable. Here are the guests. Guests, here we come. It seems besides Zhang Dongken and Cai Jiaming, there's another mysterious guest. Afterwards, Sung Long squinted and turned around the yard of the thatched cottage. Brother, 兄弟, do you need help? Brother, how about you leave this work to me? Hello, let me help you. I'm going to. Well, this young lady, let me help you as well. Inside the house, the middle-aged assistant director Cheng Sung looked at his book, then looked at Huang Bo who's sitting across from him. He took a deep breath. His emotions are suddenly complicated. From beginning to end, in his mind, there's always the appearance of learning to be rich in 5 cars when Sung Long spoke. Although I remember a lot of content, what is more amazing is the momentum in which Sung Long speaks. Every sentence seems to remind you, if you believe him, he'll definitely do it. It's so messed up. Nimada. Messed up is the correct word, but because just the F word is a little bit strong here. Usage is a little bit strong here in translation. That's technically the more literal translation, but I prefer it so messed up. Eh. Literal versus actual translation. Very different things. Just like that was silent for a long time. Mr. Huang, there's something that I don't know if it should be said. What? Why does it feel like that your students are very skilled in MLM? Although it's a bit unpleasant to say that, but it's very fortunate that this guy isn't in MLM. Otherwise, it would be a very big disaster. Actually, I feel that way as well. Why don't you change the show? I think what your student said is very good. This person is a fucking talent. We'll change the details then, Huang Bo nodded. He's also one of the investors of this show. He has a high status and naturally has this right. It is good. By the way, Mr. Huang, what? Can you ask your students if they're interested in working in Taiwan? He probably isn't interested. What? He wants to be a director. Oh. What you Oh? What genre are you planning to shoot? Youth theme. It's not a big investment, but it's just for fun. Haha. Otherwise, Mr. Huang, you've probably invested in his movies, right? Yeah, I invested 300,000. Are you planning to make 300,000 yen? How are you going to make a movie with 300,000 yen? I'm not the only investor. Otherwise, Mr. Huang, I will also invest 300,000 yen. Mr. Huang, the movie you can invest in, the script must be good. It's not that I'm investing in the movie, it's this person. Um, hmm? Um, he made this script movie from nothing. He doesn't even have a full script. What? Looking at Ceng Seng's appearance, Huang Bo suddenly laughed. No film at all. Huang Bo has been in the circle for many years, and this is the first time you've seen this. This guy, Song Lao, sorry, MF is a little bit strong, so I'm just gonna use the literal translation. His mother, he's really a talent. There's no way of translating that well without some strong profanities that not that I'm not uncomfortable with. Well, okay, I am a little uncomfortable with, but it doesn't feel right because it's a little strong. When Chung Sung's eyes came out of the crew with complicated eyes, will I come. Brother Xu, let me go up and do it. I'm still flexible. I'll help you hold the umbrella. Brother Liu, I have a drink. It's hard work. He saw Song Long busy under the sun, sweat soaking through Song Long's clothes. Huang Bo came out and looked in disbelief at Song Long, who climbed to the roof and laid the line with others. After laying the line, he came down and followed Song Long, who was amazing. Song Long even knows this? The two watched for a while. After the mason's work was done, Song Long looked at the other side. Ah? The door's broken? No need to replace it. I'll fix this door. Give me the hammer, and I'll do some carpentry work. Sung Sung stayed where he was and stared at Sung Long for a long time. Is this guy really a student? Yeah. Can students even do these things? Why do you feel like renovation workers? He can even repair doors? I don't know. Huangbo was also stunned. After all, yeah. Yeah, Mr. Huang, Director Chen, you're just right here. Can I have an opinion? I think the design of this house is a bit unreasonable. I think this decoration drawing should be changed. The decoration design should be based on Feng Shui. Feng Shui. Shui. Sorry, it's weird seeing the English Feng Shui. It sounds weird in my mind because I know like the shui liu, feng shui. Sorry, the semantic satiation of looking at the words is influencing my ability to pronounce it, especially putting the two characters together. Feng shui. Although it's a show, feng shui is still important. Except for north facing south, my personal opinion is that the lighting here is a bit poor. The camera lights may not be able to turn on when shooting, and the wooden floors need to be refurbished. Otherwise, it's easy to trip. After listening to Song Lang's words, Huang Bo and Cheng Seng would be looked as if they had seen a ghost. You still know how to decorate feng shui. Understand a little bit. It's not that important. The filming will officially start tomorrow. If we look at the preparation progress like this, tomorrow may not be good. And I can only stay here for a day. Anyway, is there a computer here? I'll draw some pictures. I think the progress is quite tight. That year, the grass grew and the warbler flew and the summer was hot. Huang Bo and Director Chen nodded blankly. They don't even know. It's not just a senior student standing in front of them. He used to be the owner of a renovation company. Um, come gold salesman. Now this actually has to do, I'm assuming, with the Latin cum as in like cum laude or whatever. Let's not take that out of context, please. There's plenty of other places to take out of context. But yeah, chapter 17, or 16, very unique style. Direct decoration feng shui master, Lange. I think I've been told they have an English Chinese accent, so these are I know all of these titles or most of these titles. I've seen this before. So yeah, all very familiar titles to me. I haven't read all of them. Ooh, no, it doesn't like I don't look. I have a judgment for summaries. Certain summaries are interesting. Oh, I read this already. Okay, that's why. Oh, that's a new cover though. Reborn. It's not. Is it Reborn Industrial? One of these two. Rebirth of the Perfect Age? No, no. What did I click on? Rebirth of like a Perfect Age. Okay, of course, of course. That's the genre I read. Anyway, um, I'll see which chapters we're gonna read.